Hey everyone, welcome to the GameCola Podcast. I'm Mike Ridgaway. I write the Quantum Geek articles on GameCola.
My name is Michael Gray. I write Inside the Guide and the 10 Reasons for GameCola, but mostly I just watch Shirley Temple movies all day long.
And my name is Zach Rich. I write reviews for the site as well as the column Things Zach Rich Wants to See Before He Dies in the year 2020. I almost said 2010, but that's next year. And that's fun.
Well, isn't that when the world is supposed to... No, that's 2012. That's when the world is supposed to end.
2012.
Yes.
According to the Mayan calendar.
So Zach is going to live past the end of the world.
Apparently.
Which is not bad.
And to die 8 years later, though. That's kind of sad.
Maybe they're going to build vaults like in Fallout. And I'll just live in a vault.
Until you're stabbed.
And then when
by a
my
crazed
dad
fool.
accidentally leaves... Exactly.
Oh,
We are such nerds.
You're almost opening a big can of worms with me, because I posted this all on GameCola the other day anyway. So today we're going to be talking about video game movies and the Final Fantasy series. Specifically, why Michael Gray hates it so much.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're basically just targeting you here.
I did
How
not
come-
know that I was being targeted.
In
Shit.
every podcast, we always target Michael Gray on something. This is what I've noticed.
We target Paul a lot too, though. Well, mainly I just make baseless accusations.
Well, he does make baseless accusations back at you about Barbie Horse Adventures, so it's kind of justified.
It's true. Well, they're not completely
It is very-
baseless. I did talk about it for like 3 installations of Quantum Geek.
Installations.
I'm trying
We're
to
like
think
a
of
computer
good
program.
episodes. That's a good one. Anywho,
Yeah, now you're on the Barbie Horse Adventure saga. And after that,
Yes.
there's the Frieza saga. And then now you're on the Ocarina of Time saga.
for the
They
record,
split the Majin Buu saga up into like 5 sagas, though.
Why are we talking about Dragon Ball Z? I
don't
hated
know.
Dragon Ball Z.
it was a
Out of everything
pleasure
we
of
could be
mine.
talking about, we're talking about Dragon Ball Z. God.
But it
It's
was
unbelievable.
Serious.
I think.
Well, we can use this to segue into movies. I mean, so video game movies.
Zach is here.
Yes, we may continue.
So how many video game movies have you guys seen? Have you guys seen any? I don't think I have.
I've seen a good number. I mean, I will
How come
openly
we
admit,
always pick subjects where one of us don't know anything about? Every single subject. Oh, well, let's talk about Phoenix Wright. Oh, Zach doesn't know about it. Oh, well, let's talk about puppies. Oh, but Michael Ridgway hates puppies. Oh, well,
I
let's
have a
talk
puppy.
about boobies and
She's
videos.
adorable.
Oh, but Vangie doesn't like me talking about that stuff.
Vangie's not on the podcast. Why not, Ridgway?
I'm gonna see
If
she
I
wants
was
to do
living
the
in
next
a girl...
If you were living in a girl,
No, I mean to say, if I was living with a girl, which I wouldn't be unless I was married, hint, 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 I would have her on the podcast.
well, A, I only have a unidirectional mic, and B, she is kind of waiting for one where she can actually talk about stuff. Also, C,
she's,
get your puritanical mindset out of my face, Michael Gray.
Oh, puritanical mindset?
Yeah.
Question.
Oh.
What does puritanical mean?
Based off the Puritans. The Puritans had strict rules when it came to, all sorts of things. You know,
Okay,
the
I don't want
Pilgrim...
to hear about this. I just had my AP United States History test, and I don't want to hear it anymore.
Aw. Gotta get to the part about their rule where you can't have sex with hooved animals.
AP tests are hard.
But there were some really, really
Oh,
hot
well.
goats out there.
Well, if it doesn't have hooves, it's okay to have sex with, which I don't understand at all, by the way. But
Oh, there's some great stories.
does anybody...
I mean,
Oh,
back in
man,
the day,
I'm-
like by back in the day, I mean, 1600s, 1700s. If someone was caught having sex with an animal,
music was pure.
if someone was caught having sex with an animal, they not only hung the person who was having sex, they hung the animal. Because apparently people thought the animal was probably being salacious or otherwise tempting to, Farmer John's. I was like, oh, we have to kill this sinful animal. It's like, I'm pretty sure it didn't have anything to do with this. It was just standing in the field, minding its own business, and suddenly, whoa, what's going on? Oh my god. Oh god. Ew. I
don't know. Haven't you seen plenty of the YouTube? I'm sure YouTube has like tons of movies of animals trying to do things with humans.
Yeah, I know it does.
I remember the one with the donkey and the guy, and that was disturbing.
This is usually,
and I will never be near it again.
Well, those are usually male animals. I mean, they're almost 100% male animals.
Podcast. Oh, okay.
We're talking about Farmer John plowing his female sheep, and suddenly the sheep is she's a whore sheep for some reason because she tempted him. Except there was one case where the town in France where the town banded together to save the life of a donkey because people gave testimonies to say it was known to be a very prudent creature, that it was of upstanding morals, and no one had ever known the donkey to be tempting or lascivious in the past.
He's really smart for a guy who's fixated on Barbie's horse adventures.
French people are crazy.
And the history of having sex with donkeys. Back to video game movies, though.
I spend a lot of time on the internet. So yeah.
You spend a lot of time reading dirty
time on the
fiction
internet
about donkeys.
Actually,
so that's why you're not getting married to Vangie. That's why. Now everything has become clear.
Maybe Vangie was a horse.
Oh, you caught me. You caught me, Zach. Right. Anyway.
Alright, so video game movies.
This is going to be like my R-rated podcast, I can tell.
Alright, so let's begin with probably what's the most infamous one of all, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Have you guys seen that?
Love it! I don't care what anyone says, it's my
awesome.
dirty pleasure movie. It's just, if I want to laugh at something, I pop it in and like...
Dirty pleasure? Give me guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, wow. Okay. It's the R-rated podcast.
My dirty pleasure. I like doing it, but it's my dirty pleasure.
No, I love to watch it. I love to laugh at Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, and I like to, just if I have anybody with me, I'll sit there and point out stuff like, oh look, it's Bullet Bill's bar. Oh look, it's a little bomb. Oh look, it's Big Bertha. She really wasn't a big black lady in the video games. She was actually a big fish, but she was still red. I will do that the entire movie.
I got it. I recorded it onto a VCR tape when I was about 7 years old, and I was so excited to watch it. And remember, I'm 7 years old, so I think everything is the same. I grew up with, Mario 64 and the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, so everything has to be this way and this way alone. And when it didn't come out like that and the tape ran out in the middle of the movie, I was the most relieved 7-year-old child in my life, because I thought that was like the earliest memory I can remember where I wasted time watching absolute crap.
I can understand that. I went to the movie theater thinking it was going to be like that too, and I was disappointed, but I don't know. It still really clicked with me for some reason. And then I was hanging out with my friends one night, and we stopped at Rite Aid, like at midnight or 1 in the morning, and I was looking at the DVD rack, and there's the Super Mario Brothers movie for like $5. And I think to myself, well, this is too good of a deal to pass up. The beer may have also been involved, but I do not regret this decision at all.
I can only stop in the middle of that story and think, man, I am so wasted. Where do you want to go, man? It's 1 o'clock. What's open? Rite Aid.
Okay. In our defense, we had rum.
My only issue with... Okay.
Must have been.
I was going to say, I'm talking now. You said enough. I'm talking now. My only issue with the Super Mario Bros. Boo. I was saying my only issue with the Super Mario Brothers movie is that it does not star Shirley Temple.
Of course, that's your issue.
The other thing I have to comment on is when they had the evolution ray out, they called it the Devo Ray, and all I could think about was whip it, whip it, doo-doo-doo. That's all I have to say.
It also has Dennis Hopper, and that was only something
Dennis Hopper was in
able
it.
to properly appreciate as I grew up, because I realized who Dennis Hopper was.
Yes.
And how he'll do anything for money. But I respect that about him. He does a lot of good projects, but he does a lot of terrible projects too. But
Speaking of terrible projects, all right. Here's another one I'm thinking about. How about The Wizard? Did you guys ever see The Wizard?
I've never seen the entire thing. I know
you guys are older than me, and you guys lived in that era, so I'm assuming that you guys have to at least heard of The Wizard.
Oh, well, of course.
I can explain. I didn't get like a Nintendo until 1994 because my parents were cheap. And they got me one when my cousins threw theirs out.
This is a movie.
So I did not know anything about the world of video games until around 1994 or so. That's why I missed out on beautiful things like Super Mario Brothers when it came out.
But I mean, this is The Wizard. It was a huge movie.
What's The Wizard? I've never heard of it.
The Fred Savage movie?
I'm looking it up.
Oh, Jesus.
Who's Fred Savage?
Yeah, it's Fred Savage and... it was pretty much the biggest infomercial anyone had ever seen in their lives.
It wasn't an
Okay,
infomercial.
here it is. It's on Wikipedia.
Oh my
It was
God.
1989, so this was a year before I was born.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
so this was when I was in diapers.
Yeah.
Well, actually I wasn't. I was 19.
No, you were about 4 during this.
I was 3 years old. I was not in diapers.
I mean, it was basically a giant
Unless you were
commercial
really
for the Power Glove and Super Mario Brothers 3.
Mario 3.
Includes the line, "I love the Power Glove. It's so bad."
It's so bad.
Which, it made every kid want a Power Glove. I still kind of want one just to say I have a Power Glove, but I'm glad I didn't get one because it would have just completely shattered all my illusions because I hear they were terrible. Like
I think that's how we are with every... That's how we are with every, like, crappy accessory. Like, when I go to a used game shop and I see, like, a crappy Nintendo 64 game, like, I saw a copy of Quest 64 there, and I was, like, this close to buying it just so I can say I had a copy of Quest 64 and I could play it and I could make fun of Paul because of
Quest 64 because it was, like, the only RPG.
I really want to
out
play it just so I can say I've played it.
It's not
I
terrible. Okay,
Paul
it's
makes it out to be, like, worse than... like E.T. on the Atari.
It's not. But I can understand why he thinks so. It's very different. I guess maybe I just have okay memories of it because it was like my only RPG on the N64 for a while.
It was like the only RPG on the N64.
I think it really was.
Yeah.
The only N64 RPG I think I own is Paper Mario. I think that's it.
Yeah. I have Paper Mario, and I have Ogre Battle 64 was actually excellent. I
never got around to that one.
It's good.
I was kind of too young when that came out.
Yeah, I just have Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-to and Donkey Kong 64.
I love Banjo.
We know.
I think those are the only N64 games I ever played. Well, and Super Mario 64, but that's a given.
Everyone's played that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very, very old. Time for the biological clock to start ticking and start making some kids. But before then, you know what you have to do.
I don't have a biological clock.
Yeah, that's a woman thing, Michael.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. I thought it was a thing that everybody had.
No,
the GameCola Podcast. Your place for video games and biological.
Welcome to GameCola's Anatomy 101. Oh, anyway, back to The Wizard. Yeah, so it was a giant commercial for Super Mario Brothers 3 and the Power Glove. Super Mario Brothers 3 was great. The Power Glove sucked. It was all about Fred Savage trying to travel across the country to get to like the Super Mario Brothers 3 playoffs or something like that.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't Fred Savage's character. That was Luke Edwards' character.
Oh.
Fred Savage
know the names of 19.
No, I gotta pull up on Wikipedia right now. Who was
I'm
Fred
looking
Savage?
at it, yeah, Wikipedia. But how do you know the names of 1980s movie stars?
Well,
Jeez.
I know
Up on
Fred-
Wikipedia. Savage was Corey.
Who's
So
Corey?
he was the half-brother. He was one of the people that tagged along, but he wasn't the main character.
Oh, you mean in The Wizard. Okay.
Did the kids go alone,
Christian
or were their
Slater
parents
was in
there?
No, what happened was the kids were all alone, but their dad was trying to get them, and this asshole who was trying to rescue young children for money. So he was like a mercenary for saving little kids or something. Wow, there was... Yeah,
I'm only
that's
saving
basically
these
what it
young
was.
kids
And
for the money.
yeah. And that was Will Sletzer's character. Tobey Maguire was in this too.
Wow.
Oh, I know
Spider-
who he is. He's Spider-Man. Yeah, I know him.
Let's see, what was his character? I'm trying to find it.
It's not listed on Wikipedia. We're screwed.
No, his name's on there, I just don't see his name next to the character.
Yeah. He probably just played some nerd, because that's the only role he ever does.
Well, that is true.
And I have no idea because I haven't seen any movies, but I've heard that somebody made that joke about him, so I'm just copying it. If it's wrong, I apologize, Mr. Maguire.
I don't know, Wikipedia doesn't say, but it says that he was in it, most definitely, so. Spider-Man was in The Wizard.
I'll be damned.
Just saying.
So that was a Wizard. I've
And if
never
Nick-
seen the entire thing all the way through. I'm guessing you guys haven't either.
It made
I've seen
$14
bits and
million.
pieces.
Yeah.
My God, $14 million? This is a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, it really it helped to put Super Mario Brothers 3 out there is one of the things it did, as well it should have.
Well, because this was a time before the internet, and everyone got their news from magazines or television.
It's the movie that taught people, or it's the thing that taught people how to get the whistles in Super Mario Brothers 3, so they could skip right to the end.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's how Fred's.
How did I learn?
You probably heard from someone who watched The Wizard.
Yes. I think I read it in a book.
The Angry Video Game Nerd did a video on The Wizard and Mario 3, and he made a lot of those references right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, watch the nerd. You're
Nerd. Is he the one that? Never mind. I was gonna ask if he's the one who did the stupid videos, but I guess that's probably it.
Well, he does videos where he sits around and swear a lot and drink a lot of beer.
I like this.
Yeah.
Is that the stupid video? I like his stuff. I think he's not only a good gamer, but he's also a good cinematographist. I mean, his videos.
We're probably thinking about different guys then. I was just thinking of some guy that Marianne forced me to watch. I'm like, what? Does he have a stupid accent?
He has a Brooklyn accent.
Okay, then it's not the same guy. I'm thinking of some Australian guy that was like, oh my goodness.
Are you thinking of Yahtzee?
Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Everybody wants me to play this game and it sucks.
You're talking about Yahtzee. You're talking about Zero Punctuation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what
I don't love Zero Punctuation though.
I don't go on the internet or watch movies. I basically just do nothing all day long.
You're like in a little shell that consists of Shirley Temple and Nancy Drew.
A little shell filled with Shirley Temple and Nancy Drew.
Yes. And people who don't touch each other until they're married.
That's so sad.
They don't kiss each other. They don't do anything.
Guys.
Yeah, let's move on to something
I am
else.
applying to become a priest. I got through the first level of the priest interview, so I just need to work on that sort of thing. I'm sorry, guys.
What's the nomination?
It's interesting that GameCola is just a mixing bowl of people from all walks of life. Like, Michael Gray is going to be a priest. I'm going to college for musical theater. Michael Ridgaway is on drugs, and Paul Franzen is a copy editor. And we're all just like this little melting pot. It's like the perfect example of what America is. We're all American. I am proud of this country and this website, 'cause it's the same thing. We're the United States of Americola. Woo!
Except for the mid-boss,
that was
who's
a
British.
bad pun. That was really bad.
I know who the mid-boss is, by the way, but Paul says I can't tell anyone.
I thought it was Zach.
I figured it out. It's not Zach.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That April Fool's issue, it was all me.
Yeah, but I figured out who wrote the GameCola for last month. I mean, the mid-boss for last month.
Yeah.
Paul let it slip in his letter to the staff. Dumbass. That's for keeping it a secret, Paul. You're just...
Anyway.
I called him on it, and he's all, no, I can't say anything about whether or not this person is the mid-boss. So I'm like, yeah, I got it right.
Alright. Well, moving on. Other video game movies. Oh.
How about the Pokemon?
Yeah, the Pokemon movies. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, they're fun.
I was a kid who was 8 years old at the beginning for Red and Blue. I was totally enamored with the Pokemon thing, and I loved the anime. If it's on, I will still watch episodes from like the original season of it.
I still
because,
watch it if any of them are on, really. It's sad.
But you don't watch Dragon Ball Z? I'm
It
ashamed.
takes all types.
Wait, I watched
Actually,
Dragon Ball Z.
Pokemon's probably better than Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, it is.
Probably.
Dragon Ball Z's not on anymore. Let's watch Pokemon instead.
But the thing, I was 9 years old, I think. Let me make sure of this. But it was a birthday party for me. And I went to see the first Pokemon movie with my friends for my birthday party, and my parents hated it so much. But the rest of us were like, "Oh my god, Pokemon, yay!" And it sucked for my parents, but the rest of us were gaga crazy over it. 1990. I was 8 years old.
Now just imagine that
my...
same scenario, and you have a couple sitting in their living room, and the boyfriend is channel surfing, and comes upon the Pokemon show, and is like, "Oh, sweet Pokemon!" And the girlfriend has to just sit there and revile, or revolt in shame, or sit there in shame, thinking, "What the hell is this man I'm dating doing here? He is watching Pokemon, and he is 26 years old."
Oh god, that's right, you're the Pokemon fanatic. I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say it's Vangie's fault for moving in with you without marrying you first.
Or knowing what she was getting into. Or, meeting you before moving.
Oh, she pretty much knew.
See, you have to get them to marry you before they know what you're really like, right? Otherwise, there's no way.
Yeah,
that
because
you
that's how you build a healthy relationship. Lie to them and then trap them.
If she knew about the Pokemon thing, there's no way she's going to marry you now, Ridgway.
Oh no, she probably is.
You're doomed. But anyway.
Sorry, Vangie.
I wanted to talk about the third movie, Pokemon 3, Spell of the Unknown, because, honestly, that, this is going to sound very nerdy, but it is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. And when I name off my favorite movies of all time, it's always at the bottom of the list. So it looks like it's, what's the word I'm looking for?
Less nerdy?
No.
An afterthought?
Not an afterthought. It's a crazy, wow. I've
Last
been taking
but
2
least.
classes. Like arson, murder, and jaywalking. The last one's always weird. Like, I'll name off my favorite movies and I'll say Anchorman, and then Bruce Almighty, and then Pokemon 3, Legend of the Unknown.
Okay, that's a triple in comedy terms. You call it a triple.
I've never heard that one before, but that's not the word I'm looking for. But anyway,
I studied. You always have to have list of 3. The first 2 set up a pattern, and the third one breaks it. That's why it's always 3 guys walk into a bar. First one does something, the second guy does the exact same thing, and the third guy does something different, which breaks the pattern and is therefore seen as funny because it's a form of irony. It's changing the expectations. It's not living up to the expectations, so people interpret it as humor.
Yes. Well, yeah, Pokemon 3 is one of my favorite movies, because it's one of the first movies I remember that made me cry. So, yeah. I'm just putting that out there. Take of it what you will.
Mewtwo. Oh, that's not it. I only know the Mewtwo movie, and I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
That was the first one.
I mean, I've
Yeah, it says the first movie right here in the title.
Okay.
Is it true that Team Rocket has a theme song, by the way?
Yeah.
I can't believe Marianne and I got in an argument about that. She was like, Michael, it's in every single episode of the show. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had a theme song.
God damn it, Michael.
Team Rocket, blast up at the speed of light.
Surrender now, we're prepared to fight.
We're prepared to fight, that's right.
I believe
And they always had, like, the
Meow,
Pikachu's
that's
jukebox
right.
at the end of the original episodes. And they'd always have those cool remakes of the songs, and Team Rocket had this really deep and sinister one, and it was pretty cool. It's actually interesting because you watch like the first episodes of Pokemon, and Team Rocket looked like they were going to be serious villains. Like you watch the first episode, and they're like, "Ooh, these guys will be interesting," and then they just evolved into comic relief by like the 5th episode.
There's a
yeah.
I forget who said this, but it's interesting. It's an interesting way to watch the Pokemon series. If you know within the first few episodes, he gets struck by. He's in like a storm or something. Ash is in a storm and he hits his head or whatever. Or he crashes on the bike. And everything after that point is essentially a coma dream of Ash's.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. I kind of want to go
Actually
back and watch some of those episodes like, man, he is totally tripping balls here. Pokeballs
Just
even.
a dream. Well, actually, at the end of the Johto series, when Ash buys a bike for Misty and like the whole group just breaks up, I watched that after not watching Pokemon for a long time, and I did cry because that was kind of like the end of part of my childhood. Even though Brock came back like in the next episode,
Yeah.
but whatever, it was symbolic.
Yeah. He came back, his eyes were open. Not literally, but,
He was like with a trucker.
I wasn't going anywhere with that joke. I just wanted to make a joke about how his eyes are shut all the time, because that's probably I'm all tapped out of Pokemon references around here now, guys.
Yeah.
I gotta be serious.
Well, we can move on to something else. We have one of the better video game movies out there, I think. It's the first Mortal Kombat. I mean, it was simple. It was just dudes fighting each other. They stuck a lot of fan service references in there, like Scorpion yelling, "Get over here."
Cool.
I liked it. I mean, I was a kid as I watched it. It was exactly what I wanted out of the Mortal Kombat movie. Just dudes beating on each other.
The only Mortal Kombat I've ever played is the new one against DC Universe, because I'm a comic book kind of person.
Did you ever see the movie?
I don't have much to say. I never saw the movie. I didn't even know there was a movie.
Wow, really? I mean, it's got that famous movie. Wait, I can't remember that famous music. No, wait, no, that's something else. It's so memorable, I can't remember it.
It's so memorable, but I can't think of it.
Are people yelling, Mortal Kombat! Oh, god damn it. Now I look like a jackass. Oh yeah, that's it. Mortal Kombat. Okay. The Mortal Kombat movie was great.
Yes.
I guess people just have to take my word on this one.
I guess
in
so.
contrast to the Street Fighter 2 movie, which I hear is a cinematic abortion. That's not one I've actually seen.
That it was that one guy's last Paul something or other's
Raul,
last movie.
Julia. And that is a shame.
Yeah, that's right, Raul.
So he was a good actor.
It was memorable.
GameCola, I was gonna say GameCola had a column about video game movies called Ode to Humanity, where Zach Huffman, I believe his name is, he just watched the video game movie and then he gave a review of it. He did that pretty solid for like 6 months. I was gonna say 2 years, but 6 months. But then he had to shoot his like DVD player after watching Tomb Raider 2 or something like that. Let me see if I can find his actual article. He had a great quote about how to make the movie better, about Nazis and Santa Claus.
I've only seen bits and pieces of the Tomb Raider series. Essentially, any bits and pieces I saw were because I was channel surfing. I was like, oh, hey, Angelina Jolie, she's kind of hot in this. I'll watch it for a little bit. And then, I would get bored and move on to something else. I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't think of too much to recommend them other than the fact that Angelina Jolie's kind of hot in them, so.
Back then.
Here it
That's
is. Laura
kinda-
Croft
It's
is
just kinda
back from
scary,
her
yeah.
adventures in Narnia. And another quest, and ooh, wait, oh, I don't think I'm allowed to say this. This is not a G-rated summary of the movie.
Well, we'll put a link to it and people can read it at their own peril.
Yes, there are gratuitous references to Angelina Jolie, though. Who is perfect for that role because, nerds are hot for her and they're hot for Laura Croft, so that makes her a great actress
Yep, nothing wrong with
for
that.
that role. Because nerds can fantasize about both at the same time.
My God.
Oh my. Alright.
So we've got Tomb Raider.
I think that's good for the movies.
What else? Okay, I want to mention one more because I saw this as a kid, and it still haunts my nightmares. The Double Dragon movie.
Didn't see it. Too young.
I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Double Dragon.
It has nothing to do with the game. Like, you got the...
Double Dragon?
Double Dragon.
Is Double Dragon
that's
where
probably-
the dude punches your chick and then walks away with her?
Yeah.
Or is that a different game?
No, that's Double
Okay,
Dragon. I
that
think.
is it.
It's got Billy and Jimmy Lee, and they're trying to
Yep, that's it.
just beat on guys, and there's really nothing in this movie that's anything like that. I mean, you got Billy and Jimmy Lee, and there's some kung fu stuff, but that's about it. There's like a dragon spirit, and they have to use the power of brotherhood and friendship to save Alyssa Milano. I think it's Alyssa Milano.
Friendship solves everything.
It's really effing weird. I'm still not sure what happened in that movie.
Effing?
I'm trying
Really
to.
effing
I'm trying to keep it
effing?
PG for Michael Gray's sakes.
Effing?
If the seminary people hear
Effing?
he's engaged in some
Chance,
godless
listen.
activity like this, they might not let him in.
Effing
Yeah.
silly. You're talking effing crazy talk.
That's why I can't be on the podcast with Mateo. Fortunately, he hasn't been on the podcast. I warned Nathaniel he was going to try something like that when he was doing a review with him, but he didn't listen.
Yeah.
And now he'll never be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh, and Marianne says hi.
Hi, Marianne.
Yes. Hey.
By the way,
Person.
Michael Gray, are you going to a Catholic seminary, or is it? There's really only seminaries.
Yeah, I'm
I know of.
Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, see, with the Protestants, the way they come up with priests is they kidnap homeless people,
It's true.
Great.
and they dress them up.
I mean, with Protestants, really,
Which,
someone just has to
explains
say,
their
"Hey,
views
I'm a
on
priest."
God. Burn. Ouch.
Yeah. I got sympathy. I was raised Catholic.
Oh, it's okay. We don't have any Protestant listeners anyway.
The GameCola Podcast, your location for video games, biology, and sin.
No, I was going to say religious intolerance, but sin is good too. So, moving on to Final Fantasy.
Okay, Final Fantasy. Yes, guys, Final Fantasy, yes.
So, Michael Gray, you have a long-standing hatred, spite, what have you, for the series. Why?
I'm bringing up your Final Fantasy VI review right now, just so I can get a good look at how much I'm going to kill you.
Oh, you're reading the outdated review. I've got my new copy right here.
Your new
I mean,
copy?
I just did a playthrough of part 1 of the game. I actually played the game this time before writing a review.
Wait. So you didn't play the game before you wrote the review?
No, I'm being facetious. I got all the way to the part where they meet the King Edgar is his name.
It's like 10 seconds into the game.
Are you kidding? That's like part 6 of my video walkthrough. And I had to cut out like 3 parts because it was nothing of me wandering around trying to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go.
That's the fun of it.
That's not the fun.
You get out of Narsh and you walk
by
south.
Bunnies. I cut out like 30 minutes of me wandering around figuring out what to do. I'm sorry.
You walk south, and you see the castle. You have to see the castle.
I thought it was a rock, and I missed it because I was going around the border. So I found the cave, and I found the hidden place where they let you ride Chibokos. I did not see the castle.
Okay, alright, I've never heard anyone call it Chibokos, because it's spelled Chocobo. Chocobo.
I've been mispronouncing it all this time.
Yes!
Whoops.
Oh dear God.
What about the Hello Kitty, Moggles? Okay, I know it's Moogle. It's Moogle like Google, right? But
yes,
why does it look like Hello Kitty? I don't understand this thing.
Yeah, you'd have to ask Square about that. I wouldn't be able to tell you either.
Yeah, it's just out of nowhere, Hello Kitty comes and says, "Hey, we're going to help you fight bad guys in a horrible control system at this point in the game."
Yeah, but they do their thing. Moogles are good.
Yeah, they help. It's just the problem with that part of the game is that you have 3 parties to switch between, and it takes like 2 seconds to switch from one party to the next. And meanwhile, all the enemies move during the entire 2 seconds, so it's not effective for if you want to do what the game is supposed to let you do, is put one party in point A, one party in point B, and that allows party C to go through the middle and the boss.
But the enemies move
that doesn't work.
really slow.
They move well, I guess maybe they move faster for me. Well, I was stuck having to fight all the enemies, then I have to fight the boss, so...
Well, yeah, that's what you do.
The simple challenge, a half-hour challenge.
I mean, you fight all the enemies and you fight the boss, but the enemies aren't really that hard.
Well, they repeated it at the end where we fight General Kefka at the end of part 1.
Yeah.
And that was hard. That was a lot harder because
that is harder.
Like, heal before that. They don't let you go out and level up before that boss fight, and they don't let you buy items before that boss fight. So if you're under-leveled, it's basically you're screwed.
You gotta save it and use a 10. Well, that's kind of true. You probably should keep an extra save for that one.
Yeah, but I'm emulating it, so I don't have an extra save.
Well, that's your own fault.
Oh, what's Marianne saying?
But,
Oh, I don't care about her ex-boyfriend. Jeez.
I know, fuck that guy.
Ooh, drama and intrigue.
Hey. Just because you're still coming on to me when I'm trying to become a priest does not make it drama and intrigue. Okay, it does.
Yeah, it does. That's the
exactly
next Matthew
what it
McConaughey
makes.
movie right there, actually.
Wasn't it one?
The Michael
There's
Ridgaway
one
story.
Ben Stiller along those lines.
Well, there's one with it's Saving Silverman, where they end up convincing his old girlfriend not to become Jason Bateman's.
Yeah,
old
I've
girlfriend
seen
not to
that
become a
one.
nun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
But so, I mean, is that one of the reasons you hate Final Fantasy though? Because you feel like it's too long, or? I mean, it's not.
It's not. It's too long. I wouldn't say that it's too long. Well, actually, I would say that it's too long because you have to spend way too much time wandering around trying to figure out where to go, and fighting 1 billion identical battles.
I mean, have you talked to the people in game? Because I feel like if you talk to the people in the game, what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go is pretty obvious. You know, they'll be like, oh, the Castle of Figaro is to the south. Maybe you should head there. Then I shall head south to Figaro.
Yeah, I headed to the south, and it's like, wait, I don't see where it was.
It's
and
south.
Then it says, oh no.
There's not a whole lot of places to go.
There's a whole big area to the south. It was very difficult for me.
It's like a screen worth of desert. The castle is right there in the middle of the freaking desert.
Yeah, that's why I didn't find it. It was like in the middle of the desert, and I was only in the outskirts because the enemies at the desert are ridiculously tough.
They can be a
Now,
little
Crescent,
rough, but...
Crescent Mountain, on the other hand, is not on the freaking map, which is just totally unfair, by the way. It's unfair they make you search for a place that's not listed on the map.
You see the path through the
Fortunately,
mountains. You just have to look at the screen. Like, okay, I'm looking for a mountain. I'm looking for something different here so that I can go into. Oh, look, there is a path going up into the mountains. I will go touch that path, and it will take me to the new area.
That is it. Wait, are we talking about the same area? We cannot be talking about the exact same area.
Yes, there is a path going into the mountains that leads you to, Mount, whatever it is.
I'm watching this right here, part 28. Okay, we just got Gao, or whatever his name is, joining the team. You wander around. I followed the mountains. Now I have a random encounter.
Wait,
there's another
random Gao.
encounter.
So are you in the Veldt? I thought you were talking about the place where you get Sabin.
The Veldt. Yeah, I'm in the Veldt.
Well, I mean...
I'm trying to find the place where you find the equipment, the diving helmet.
It's a cave.
Which is not located on the map.
But there's only like a few mountains there. You can see the cave pretty obviously if you're wandering around the Veldt, what you're supposed to do so you can power up Gao a little bit before you go back.
Oh no, I'll send you the link to the movie. I wandered around the mountains and it was not there.
I mean, what kind of settings are you using on your emulator, Michael Gray? Because I know if you're not using decent settings, it can be difficult to see some things.
Okay, I wander around the wrong set of mountains. Oh, and then I think I cut out like 10 minutes of random wandering around until I found the actual place. So I guess we won't get to see my actual adventures trying to find the mysterious cave of wonders. Now, Aladdin, that was a good movie.
And a very, very difficult game.
It's hard to sing, too, if you've heard the last podcast.
Unfortunately, we have.
Well, it's no worse than our rendition of, whatever you call it. Happy Birthday. Now, the Phantom Train sequence, I have that listed as...
I love that.
The reason why I like the game. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just fell asleep.
Oh, sorry, Zach. You don't like the Phantom Train sequence?
You know what I love about the Phantom Train sequence? You can kill the Phantom Train in one hit.
You can?
Phoenix down.
Yep.
Spoiler.
You never heard of this?
What's Brimstone? What? What are you talking about?
You never heard
Repeat
of
this.
The fact that you can kill the Phantom Train in one hit.
No, I didn't know that, because this is my first playthrough of the game.
Oh.
Revive kills zombie.
Phoenix down. Just use a Phoenix down on it. Dead.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Do it.
Dude.
Like, it's probably on YouTube.
It's okay, I beat him on my first try anyway, so
Oh yeah, I
matter,
didn't do it the first time I didn't know about it the first time I did it. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of stupid to have a train as the boss, though. I wanted to have Karan as the boss fight.
Karen is the
Or
train.
some stupid Japanese version. Karen, however you want to pronounce it.
he is the
Charan.
train.
Nobody pronounces it Charan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but no,
Maybe-
if it's the train that takes you to the underworld, then the engineer has to be the person who drives the train, and I think that guy is the one who should be the boss, rather than the train itself.
But it's...
Trains
Well, I
aren't
mean-
alive.
Okay, I'll argue a little bit of mythology here with you, but who's to say that Karen and his boat aren't separate, or are separate entities, and aren't just a manifestation of the same type of harbinger of death type of entity? Whereas, say, the train and its conductors and the people, doing business on it are, again, part of the same entity, and being chased by the train is like being chased by all of them. I mean, you saw how the ghosts in there sicked you. it's or attacked you, it's say consider the train itself as like a body. The
I know,
little
but
ghosts are.
we do have.
So, well, the little ghosts are, like the antibodies that would attack like a virus that's in the body, but once they get out of it, you get attacked by the whole entity itself, which is the train.
Okay, I don't know what the hell you're talking about now, but I think Karin is different from his boat. We have stories where, he goes on other boats. And he's obsessed with money, apparently. He goes out and does other things sometimes.
Really? I haven't heard those.
A Houseboat on the Styx by John Kendrick Bangs. Or Hendrick, probably Hendrick Bangs. He has Karin doing other stuff, going on other boats, so he is separate from his boats. There are other boats on the Styx.
No. That's a modern interpretation of the myth.
That is, yeah,
so.
But I'm confused what the River Leith was doing in this game. I don't know where they were going with mythology.
What's the River Leith?
Because that's a mythological river.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Where was that?
After you're in the Returners' hideout, you take a raft down the River Leith.
Well, I mean,
I'm like, what the hell is it? A coincidence or
Leith
is this on purpose?
The river. It's one of the rivers
River
at the
of Forgetfulness.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be.
So you think that would be the Phantom Train if you're going with that particular model of mythology?
Well, I mean, first off, it's Final Fantasy. It kind of uses this as it will. I mean, symbolically, you could see it as, say, the members of the Returners, especially those with the pasts, trying to cast off those pasts. Say, Locke with Rachel, Terra with, well...
No spoilers! I haven't gotten to that part of the game.
Oh, I'm not giving you any spoilers that they haven't already given you.
Somebody curious on what happens next.
I mean, forgetfulness
I've already made a video of my predicted ending for the game. I want to see if it comes true.
I mean,
Leo's going to join the party. I can feel it. He has a picture, so that means he must join the party. That's RPG logic. And they're going to defeat Voldemort. They're going to destroy his Horcruxes one by one and save the world.
But I will say this. I mean, forgetfulness or wanting to forget is a big theme of the game. That and loss. So
this game has themes. It's just like six guys
totally
wandering around.
I mean, yes, there are themes like that in the game. I mean, it takes a while for the story to develop, of course, because it's an RPG and sort of wandering around and fighting random battles and leveling up your guys is an integral part of the game, but I assure you the themes are there, and out of all the Final Fantasies, I will say that I think 6 has my favorite story.
Which is wander around and go to destroy Voldemort's Horcruxes and then kill him.
Yes.
Alright. Last topic, because I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, we don't want Zach to fall asleep.
Michael Gray, what are you playing right now?
Gosh, I can't say Mario and Luigi. I can't say freaking Final Fantasy VI because that Final Fantasy sucks. I mean, that's not funny. Oh no, somebody else go before me if we're talking about what games we're playing now.
All right, Michael Ridgaway, what are you playing right now?
Well, Pokemon as usual. Big tournament coming up. Just got finished playing Mad World. That's really fun, actually. I didn't think it was going to be.
Is it?
At first? Yeah.
Are you like one of the 5 people that play it?
Yeah, someone did a review recently of it on GameCola, and they're right, it's very fun. I mean, it's just it's super violent. It's almost like Sin City in a video game. With, less of a serious story and more laughs. You have, Greg Proops and John DiMaggio as the two announcers kind of giving a play-by-play, and they got some really funny lines. It's a fun game. It really is. And let me see what else. Finally got around to playing Braid. That's an incredible game.
Did you?
Hey.
Yeah.
Good man.
Really, really incredible.
Good man. How far are you? How many, Oh, you beat it?
Yeah.
It's a crazy ending, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mind blower.
It's definitely something most gamers should experience.
It is. It's
kind of between Braid and Portal. I'd say those are like mandatory experiences you have to go through in order to be a true gamer.
I'd say so. I mean, it had great platforming and puzzles, but at the same time, just the backgrounds and the music were beautiful, and it was really
the music was
It's fantastic.
I think that was the best downloadable game I played last year.
Yeah, I only got it for they only let it release it for PC recently, and I'm very glad I played it. It was very good.
Yes, it was different.
Let me see, anything else? Oh, did a bunch of stuff with Resident Evil 5. I played through that and played through it again. That's fun. I enjoy shooting zombies in the head. I enjoy it even more when I can kind of go through a second playthrough with all my superpowered weapons and just guys in the beginning of the game.
Yes.
I get to mow them down. It's awesome.
Right.
I think that's about it. Oh, I played a little bit of Puzzle Quest Galactrix too.
Is that good? I just bought the first Puzzle Quest because it was a $10 game. So I was like,
the
oh,
first
why not?
Puzzle Quest better. Although Puzzle Quest, is it Warlords? Cheats worse than any game I've seen. Because
Really?
Yeah, you're doing like your Bejeweled thing, and you'll find a match, and you'll say, okay, well, I'll do this match, and then the only way the computer can come back and beat me is if they do this thing and say a red gem drops from the ceiling, and lo and behold, the computer will make that move, and a red gem will drop from the ceiling just where they need it, and suddenly you're dead. And it's like, really, computer? Damn. The odds of that happening are really, really low. And if it happened once in a while, sure, I could understand that. The frequency with which shit like that happens, yeah, it's the game cheats. It knows what it needs to do to win, and it's really ridiculous. It's fun. It's fun. But as Vangie can attest to, it left me like just frothing from the mouth violently while I was playing it.
That's hot.
It's still a good game. You know, I will say that it's fun. It's enjoyable, but you will end up cursing at this game.
All right. Fair enough.
Galactrix is good. Yeah. I liked it better. I liked Warlords better, the first one. And I feel like there was one more thing because it's been a while since I was on one of these podcasts. I do play
Nancy
a lot
Drew.
of games. Nancy Drew. Oh, Vangie's been playing a lot of games recently too. She finished up Professor Layton and enjoyed that. And the other day,
I hear
she
you
got
did, though.
Professor Layton.
I heard it's too complicated for Mr. Ridgway.
It's not.
It seems. I just want to say that I think every single issue of GameCola, I'll read Dear Readers first, and then I'll skip straight to Gamer Girlfriend and read that article because I find that to be one of the best articles on GameCola every month. And I just want to say great job to Vangie because she does a good job.
I will let her know you said that.
I just thank the Lord that I'm just happy that Vangie doesn't write reviews or another column because there is no way I would be able to keep winning Employee of the Month like 50 months in a row. Because that's my strategy, is to turn in like 50 things per one article.
It's
we got onto that.
It's quantity now.
She will win by superior writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes down to quality. She's kicking my ass.
Well, I mean,
every time.
To be fair, I'm a pretty terrible person, so she at least can write about pain, and pain is entertaining.
We know.
Yes.
We know.
I don't know how she puts up with me, but she's what's she playing? Kate West, the missing
obviously
file
not
or something
looks.
She says it's not that great. It's like a little puzzle mystery quest or puzzle mystery game. It's not that great.
Which one, Professor Layton?
No, this is called Kate West. She loves Professor Layton.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that because that's one of the games I'm playing. So.
Professor Layton or Kate West?
Professor Layton.
Okay.
Alright, well, Michael Gray, what are you playing right now?
Well, I'm going to be replaying the Professor Layton game, which is awesome. And it stars Nancy Drew.
I feel like Professor Layton is
the...
kind of a weird game to replay, considering, once you've done the puzzles, you kind of know how to solve them.
I know, but I've done them, I did them like I got it when it came out, I think, somewhere around then.
So it's been a while.
I'll see if I can remember any of the puzzles.
Alright.
But no, the girl who does Nancy Drew's voice, they force her to do all the voices besides Professor Layton's in this game.
They just lock her in her room and tell her she's not coming out until the game's done.
Well, I mean, she does all the girl voices and the little boy voices and the little girl voices. So
That's I solved it.
Oh, Professor, I think I've solved it.
Yeah, I would just be sitting in the living room, playing Mad World or something, and every 2 or 3 minutes I would just...
my guess!
Yeah, I would just hear that coming from Vangie's direction.
Professor!
Okay, I hate to do this, but let's speed this up.
Yeah,
We
that's fair.
have to get going.
Well, Zach, what are you playing right now?
Right now, my game, I've been going on a big Xbox Live Arcade bent lately. I'm playing through Banjo-Kazooie on the Xbox Live Arcade, as everyone knows. Mm-hmm. And, I'm loving that a lot. I'll have my full review this month in GameCola. I also bought Outrun, Arcade, which was surprisingly really good. Outrun is it's another remake. It is a remake of a arcade title that Sega threw out there, and it's basically a game where you're driving and you're doing all these tricks, and you're basically trying to impress your girlfriend, who is a needy little rude person who likes fast cars and dangerous driving. Kind of like Vangie.
That's how we met, actually.
And it...
so that's where she stays with you. You've got a nice car.
Yeah.
It's a very cool game. It's arcade driving at its best. Yes. It's arcade driving at its best, and it's very fun to play. And I definitely suggest it. It's only $10 right now.
Good price.
I'm also funny. Yeah.
I'm also went ahead and I've been on a bit of a Mario Party bent lately. I've been playing the original Mario Party a little bit with a few friends. So that's been exciting.
Oh, okay.
Funny.
Well, no, because I play those games. I don't get into the multiplayer games because I don't have people to play them with. Which is why I didn't play the Mario Kart 64 or the Halo or the I don't know, whatever the other ones are.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what I'm playing this week.
Cool.
I have 2 more things to talk about. First one, before the podcast started, Michael Gray had a question to me, which was about how Stop and Swap is working in Banjo-Tooie. Month,
you want me to repeat that?
I think I already repeated it for you.
Okay.
But basically his question was, how is it different this time? Last month I explained how it worked between those 2 games, and then what he asked is how it works with nuts and bolts. What happens is that originally in the game there were Banjo-Kazooie cartridges in the game itself that had some of the eggs from Banjo-Kazooie. This time around they're hiding eggs for what's called Stop and Swap 2, which is like an entirely different thing. And what it does is it unlocks special blueprints within Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. These are blueprints that were designed by fans sent into Rare for a contest, and the winning contest got to be in Stop and Swap 2. There's 7 different blueprints. 3 of them are found in the N64 cartridges, and then the other 4 are done by unlocking certain things throughout the game. And that is how Stop and Swap works. It's not the best way, and it's definitely not the way that Rare had it planned for the Nintendo 64, but it's a pretty rewarding experience if you play Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and if you bought the expansion for $5. So it's pretty nice.
Cool.
Okay, well, is it in the same places where it was in Banjo-Tooie? Like I said, one behind Spiral Mountain's waterfall, and the other in the Jingzhou village, just away from the palace?
Yes, they're all in the same places as before.
Okay. Yeah, and what was the other one? The Ice Key and Freezy Flame Peaks, but you had to access that through a secret tunnel. in some other level.
Yes.
There was one
Yep.
in the
Yeah.
desert.
They're all there. Well,
Interesting.
the ice key unlocks the Mega Global, so that you get Dragon Kazooie.
Yeah.
Right. Last topic.
Wait. I
either-
thought the Super Globo gets you the Dragon Kazooie.
The ice key unlocks the Mega Globo, and that gets you Dragon Kazooie.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I can't
Okay.
remember that well, but still, I remember Dragon Kazooie.
Yes.
We need
Last
to have
topic.
a podcast of just you and me talking about Banjo-Kazooie for like 2 hours. When nobody else shows up to the podcast, Zach, that's what we're doing.
That's what we'll do. Okay. We have to wrap this up. Last topic. Are either of you following the GameFAQs Best Game Ever contest?
Yes. It's hurting my soul.
No.
How are you doing, Michael Ridgaway?
Man, I'm following it.
Yeah,
I don't actually have any predictions.
You don't have a bracket up?
No, but I did write up a whole thing the other day about how I'm pissed that Metal Gear Solid 4 beat Portal by such a substantial amount when it really is.
I actually had, for that one, what did I have? I had Portal over BioShock for that one, and I was dead wrong for that entire bracket.
Well, Portal did beat BioShock. The ranking was Metal Gear Solid 4, Portal, BioShock,
and
then
Little Big Planet. But I had Portal in first and BioShock in second, and Metal Gear Solid 4 beat both of those.
Yeah,
a lot of this was disappointing.
BS.
I think my biggest. I had a few times where I was really mad. I was really mad that Kingdom Hearts beat Metroid Prime. I had Metroid Prime going to the top 16.
Yeah, Metroid Prime should have won that one. And when Kingdom Hearts 2, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 won one, didn't it?
When Kingdom Hearts 2 won, I was very mad because Shadow of the Colossus did not win, and that was a slap in the face.
I am willing to give
That
Shadow
was
Hearts 2 that one because I really did enjoy Shadow Hearts 2. It was much better than Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. I liked it. I didn't think it was that good though. I thought Shadow of the Colossus was a
Shadow of the
better
Colossus has a
experience.
lot to recommend it. It is a very, very good, innovative. It's one of those games I consider art in that it broadens my perceptions. You know, it just it makes you feel better for having played it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few
just
more
read
problems.
instead, I guess. You know.
Let me see.
Other problems I had, and I'm just going to run down this. GoldenEye being Mario RPG, that was a big one for me. Mario Kart 64 being Star Fox 64, that was terrible. Halo 2 not winning at all, that was dumb. And Mass Effect not moving on. That was annoying.
You know what? I will say for GoldenEye, I can understand why GoldenEye won. It's the fact that
Against Mario RPG?
yes, because GoldenEye really started a lot of the multiplayer we see nowadays. And I will tell you,
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think just my biggest problem with that is the other problem I had was that I didn't expect Donkey Kong Country to win. I had Link to the Past beating Doom. I did not expect Donkey Kong Country to win, which makes me sad because I love that series. I was trying to predict Nintendo fanboys, and obviously I predicted them really poorly.
Yeah, well, I think today we've got Super Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, and Donkey Kong Country. Guess who's winning right now?
I had Link to the Past. I'm very mad about that.
Link, I guess. What?
Link to the Past.
Let me see.
I'm okay with that. I mean, that's a fantastic game, and I love it. So
it's okay.
I don't know.
Super
Super Metroid, though.
I love Super Metroid.
Super Metroid it's really hard to decide between those, but I think, at least in my personal opinion, Zelda just inches out Super Metroid.
I haven't played either game.
Oh my God,
it's going to be
Gray.
Oh, our third topic was E3 2009. That's it, right?
We'll talk about that in the next podcast.
Yeah.
Next podcast, then. Next podcast.
Hasn't happened.
Okay. But we gotta finish up here. Any last words, guys?
Michael Gray, play freaking Super Metroid and Link to the Past, for the love of God.
I don't have an SNES.
Emulator, you're using
You have
it to
an
play,
emulator.
whatever, Final Fantasy
Besides,
6?
Link to the Past. Link has like freaking pink hair. What the hell is up with that?
I don't care.
Okay,
play
you're
the
done.
game.
You're just done.
Pink hair?
You are so dumb. Okay. This was GameCola. This was the GameCola Podcast. This was episode 8. We hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed doing it ourselves. We'll be back at the end of the month, at the beginning of a new month, the last month of my high school career, and the month of E3, which is going to be big this year. We hope you're excited. Yeah. We're excited about it, and we will see you then. For Michael Gray, Michael Ridgaway, my name is Zach Rich. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Night.